One step. AP, Falcons, one step above the rest. So come on, crowd, and shout it out. Yell A-P-H-S. A-P-H-S. Watch out, don't kick off. Offense is awesome. Our offense is awesome. Our defense dominates. We got that winning combination. We're great.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight and welcoming our boys back. The third place team in the state of Iowa this year in the Class 2A. There was 90-some schools that would wish they were in this place of these guys right here tonight. Just a few things that I want to say on behalf of the community and the Booster Club of what this team really stands for. You know, they were dedicated. I heard them talk last year already at this time that they were going to make themselves better in the weight room, practicing, whatever, after that loss we had against Jessup. And they proved that this year. You know, they were determined. Last night, we were down, I think, 18 or 20 points, and I heard people in our crowd saying, believe, believe. And I think that went into these boys about believing, got it down to 3 points, maybe with a call that would have went our way. Who knows? We might have pulled it out, but hey, they came back today and did a great job for us. I think the next thing about this group of kids is their humbleness and success. They were successful this year, but when you talk to the individuals, it wasn't about themselves. It was always about the team. We're getting better as a team. The team this, the team that. And that's what makes you guys so great, is the team. And I want you to be humble or hungry for your next horizons. Seniors, your next horizons, who knows where they may be. You underclassmen, next year starts today, tomorrow morning. Getting yourselves better and working on improving and getting back there. One of the juniors told me today, we're going to be back here next year. And that's great. All you little kids down here, it starts now. Keep dribbling, keep working on your ball handling. That's what it's about. I just want to say from the community again, congratulations guys on a great season. I'm going to ask a few of the seniors to come up here and just say a few words, if you would, please.
We would like to thank everyone for coming to our games all season and running on the court these past few days. It was really cool seeing a lot of you supporting us, and your support the whole season has meant a lot.
Yeah, just like Kobe said, we want to thank all you guys for coming out and supporting us this year. It means a lot. And just seeing all you guys down at Des Moines meant a lot to us.
I would have prepared a really lengthy speech, but Mr. Thomas didn't give us much time. So kind of a broken record. Just thanks for coming out. And times I felt like the gym was shaking. You guys are awesome. And we put all the work in, and it paid off. And thanks for coming out and supporting all of us.
Yeah, just thanks for your support all year. It's truly a special thing we got going here. yeah, just thank you so much for all you guys did for us this year. You were just as much a part of it as we were, so thank you.
Thanks for sharing, guys. Anybody else want to share anything?
All right, so it's truly a blessing being from this community, and you guys travel pretty well to every away game, and thank you for the support all year. It's been one fun experience.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Thomas, and he's going to wrap this up.
Thanks, Chuck. And there's no way I'm going to get all the thank yous, so I'll apologize in advance for that. But, you know, just to our community, I think our guys understand, and it was clear it didn't matter where we played. Home or away, we always had more people, whether it was regular season, our postseason. You know, to me, the sub-state game is kind of always the moment that high school basketball is truly all about. When the gym's completely full and the noise level, and then when you win and our student body to rush the courts to be with these guys who represent them, and the pictures with the parents, and for me to see the little kids holding the banner, getting a picture, and thinking that's going to be me someday. You know, the 14-15 group kind of broke that mold because it hadn't happened in most of our kids' lifetimes. When I was a kid, I was fortunate. It was just we just kind of expected it because we saw the groups ahead of us. And I'm hoping we're getting back to that point where our young people dream of being down there and being the next Alec Oberhauser, you know, Dylan Ellis, whoever else that's sitting up here. They see themselves doing that. And that's a lot because of these guys, but I also think it's because of our community. And, you know, being a person who got to play here and represent AP as a player and now as a coach, I know it's not like this everywhere, and our guys won't realize it till they're not here for a while, and then I hope they all move back and have kids and they enroll here and their enrollment stays good and all those things. But no, we thank you. Our businesses, the support we get from the travel bags that the parents put together, to the meals, to the meals we get fed, and the donations, unbelievable. As Coach Berkey said, I didn't get no bag and snacks when I went to state. You know, it's just those little things that they won't forget. It's riding together in the bus down there, being in the hotel. All those experiences, what makes the sacrifice and the determination something they won't forget. You know, these 15 guys, when they get to be my age, that trophy case is still going to be in there, and they're not going to know who scored how many points a game and who started. All they're going to know is this group of young men came together and they accomplished an unbelievable feat of being a top 3 team in the state of Iowa. And that's a memory and something they won't forget because of their commitment and their sacrifice and being about the team. You know, our cheer gals, we appreciate everything you guys do for us. Got our student section, was loud. We were loud there. I know, talked to a couple students after the first game. They were nervous. Our students weren't loud enough. I said, no, you're just on the same side. You don't hear that noise. I said, you were louder than South Hamilton. But they were worried, and that was a great thing for me that they wanted to be loud. They knew to be involved. So thank them. Our booster club, you know, our community, 800 some shirts sold. And you looked up and it was all white, so we appreciate all that support. Got to mention my managers. I don't know where they're at, but they do a great job for us, getting all the stats. They're right. They're always right on the mark. We look at them at halftime and we can make adjustments, and it's a thankless job, but thank them for all their work. And then my coaches. You probably think, you know, I didn't know if we were going to get through the starting lineups because of everybody they announced for us. Not our players, but our coaches. But I assure you they all have a role. I don't have any just freelancers and free writers. I don't think the average person has any idea how much tape these guys watch throughout our postseason journey. Because the whole day after we qualified for state, I did nothing but paperwork. Got to get this turned in, pronunciations of this, room list, blah, 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 blah. And these guys were breaking down tape. And they had a great game plan, and we split up. Brad O'Connell was working 2 games ahead, so we'd have clip tapes, those broken down, and then Waters and Surratt had a group, and they were each taking a team in case we played here or here. And then once we figured out, then we'd all come back together and look again, and Coach Meyer had to practice for like 2 weeks. He's still young. He can do those things. But they all have such an important role, and as head coach, a lot of times I get the credit. But none of these things happen if it's not for everything those guys do. And then Ryan Dillard and that, people have no idea that the amount of work he saved me, from film exchange to the stats to all those things that I don't have to mess with. So truly, if I could get a round of applause for those guys and all their efforts. Coaches, wives, and families, it's a sacrifice. They've pretty much given us this last 2 weeks. It's go do what you're passionate about. They let us pour into these guys. They let us do what we're passionate about, and that comes with a price as well, so we thank them for allowing us to do what we're able to do, as that does come with sacrifices. And then lastly to these guys, and not just these guys, but the 20 guys we have practicing right now. And I don't think people understand the value of 3 extra weeks of practice. You know, we had 20 guys practice, and we had 5 guys sitting down there that every day they didn't get to dress. But they got better for 3 weeks. And when our seniors, some of these guys who play a bulk of our minutes were freshmen, they practiced for 3 extra weeks. And they went to Wells Fargo on the bus, and they saw what that was like, and they said, I want this. And my hope is that those guys who commit to that it just keeps going. But it was truly about all 20 of these guys. And the reason we were successful, without a doubt, was it was about the team. Because it'd be hard. It could be real easy to become selfish or worried about me. Well, why don't I get to play more? There's a lot of guys who didn't get to play minutes this year who on any other team I've coached here would have started. We had some extremely talented guys. But when you have a really good team, you have to sacrifice. And if you're not willing to do that, we would never have the success, because then individualism gets in the way. And in our society today, everybody's going to tell these guys, think about yourself, worry about you. But they have now proven and done something that's bigger than themselves. And someday when they're husbands and when they're fathers, when you have to sometimes put yourself second, they're going to have done that. And their commitment to what we were trying to do, their buy-in all year. As a coach, I couldn't be more proud of them for how they represented us. You know, I love reading the newspaper articles, and the word grit kept coming up. It would have been easy to fold last night, down 18. But they never quit playing. And they kept playing hard, and they never stopped believing. They never looked rattled. Monday, they were definitely calmer than I was. They kept their composure. Didn't get rattled, didn't get too high, too low. And then today, you know, third quarter, we got behind. You know, was it going to be here we go again? But they dug in. And when Sheldon got tired, we just kept going. We kept feeding off one another. And we had some different lineups. And our guys who maybe played more minutes were cheering on those other guys because they kind of had it going at that time. But that selflessness is why they were able to go 25-2, have an unbelievable season. And as their coach, I couldn't be more proud of what they accomplished. So on behalf of all of us coaches, we just thank these guys for their commitment, for the way they represented our school, our community, the example they set for our little kids, and that are going to one day say, I remember going to Wells Fargo. Now it's our turn to do that. For that, if we give these guys a round of applause. It truly was a great season. I told the guys we needed to win today, because finishing on a win is so much better. You know, 14-15, that loss, that hurt. We had to lose twice. You know, we lost once in 4 months. And also we lost twice on back-to-back days. And we tried to smile when we went out to eat after, but it wasn't the same. And so when we get on that bus today, closing on a win, getting all 15 guys playing a meaningful minute, that was important to me. I'll never forget Coach Boozman, or Mr. Boozman, was my high school coach my senior year in the consolation game. And I had one request. I said, Mr. Boozman, is there any way Todd and I can go play together? I don't care if it's 20 seconds. Can we just go together? And I can tell you, I don't remember anything else about that consolation game. I know we won, and I know I got to play with my brother for a minute or two. And so for me, for every one of these guys to be able to get on the court and say, I played in a state tournament, somebody didn't tell their kids or grandkids that. They can embellish all the statistics they want, and they won't know any different anyway. It's an important thing. But we just thank all of you for coming at 8:45 on a Thursday night, for driving down to Des Moines 3 times to support us, for every game you came to, for the home environment when our whole side is constantly full and there's like 50 people sitting on the visitor side. I can't imagine what the other towns' kids feel like. I hear often from other schools, they can't believe how many little kids are at our games. And that's a credit to the culture that these guys help create. And that parents, you know, sports and athletics and extracurriculars matter here. And that our young people grow up wanting to be this, and then someday they're going to accomplish what this group did. So from all us coaches, we thank, and players, we thank our community. From the coaches, we thank our players. Have a great night, and thanks so much for coming.